I came into the construction industry with a degree in construction management, but I had no experience. No one in my family was in the construction business. I didn't have any ties or relationship to construction, but I had this, wonderful piece of paper that said I should be in construction. And so my very first job out the gate was as a laborer.
What is better than seeing the growth in somebody else? It's like providing them the tools to be successful.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to grow your people or the people around you and see them succeed, because it doesn't detract from your success at all.
NAWIC actually played a vital part of that. My mom's been a member. I mean, obviously, we always say the role models are parents, grandparents. My mom's been a member 47 years, so played pivotal part. But NAWIC actually, we used to have occupational research and referral to help, people looking for a job. And I had somebody that just took me under their wing and taught me, come in, teach me how to answer a phone, how to do change orders. Every time I accomplished something, it was like, all right, let's move to the next step. So it really just built my confidence and just gave me the knowledge. And it was actually really just NAWIC saying, okay, now come to a meeting, join NAWIC. So yeah.
I didn't really not realize it was construction industry per se, project controls for over 20 years. And I fell into that industry just by working late one night. One of our vice presidents just took an interest and said, hey Jen, do you want to learn scheduling? Because we're tired of hiring contractors and paying them a whole lot of money, a whole lot of per diem just to be here. We want to start learning in-house. And I said, sure, yeah, I want to learn it. And that decision was pivotal in my career. It changed everything about what I learned, where I'm at now in my life. And I learned Primavera P6, which is a skill set that's pretty scarce. And I've been doing that now for 20 years. And had it not been for him to just come and ask me that one time, if I wanted to learn it, I probably would have continued up the administrative type of path. And this has taken me in a very technical direction now. And now mentoring is a very big passion of mine, and mentoring the next generation of schedulers, specifically women, because as I said, it's a scarce role. And because of that, P6 schedulers are highly paid individuals. It's a job that you can find almost anywhere. And so project controls it's a very near and dear to my heart, and mentoring that next generation is very important to me. So and it was a man that, was the one that saw it in me, and it was something I had never seen in myself. And I was very thankful. I'm still very thankful to him. And every time, so and NAWIC, I got the job at Big D because of NAWIC, because Kaitlyn, her and I had met and we talked P6, and she knew that they had a need. And also, again, it was the two VPs in the business unit I work in. We're just like, we're not quite sure we want you as a scheduler, but we see something in you that we need. And it's my first director role. I started there in March, and it's been different for me to be in this role, but it's always been somebody has seen something in me that I had not seen in myself. And so I take that now and I try to find something in somebody else that they may not see in themselves.
How do you think that the mentorship that you received shapes what you now provide in your roles?
For me, it's truly the basis for knowing that I can't take it with me, right? At the end of the day, I need to leave everything that I know with those who are around me. And whether they understand it in that moment, that's really me passing on my wisdom or not, that's not for me to worry about. But knowing that it was given to me and I have a duty to return it. I did not always know that. That's something that I had to learn along the way, because, in the very beginning you think, well, I'm just getting mine. I'm coming up, I'm pulling myself up. And later I realized, really through my civil service, that this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to learn it. I'm supposed to take in as much as I can, but I'm also supposed to share it. And when you have a platform to be able to give to those who you know are not normally going to be the ones who receive it, it's also my duty to make sure that they get that information and that knowledge as well.
Yeah. I think that I've benefited a lot from that, being still very early on in my career. I've been in, I started my career about 11 years ago now, 10 years ago, but I've been in the construction industry for 7 years. And so still very new to the industry in a very, again, my role is more of the office, more administrative support role. And so the things that I can learn from other people who are willing to provide that knowledge, even though I'm not in, a role that I typically would need the information, it still benefits me a lot in my job in my future.
I think it's a support to operations.
Yeah.
A lot of times people in the field don't think that people in the office get it, right? And because a lot of times they don't, right? They're not out in the field. They don't understand the challenges associated with being in the field. But to be able to marry that knowledge with what has to happen administratively and know how to apply that to what's going to happen in the field is really important. So that accepting of the information, like I said, you don't know that you'll need it in that moment, but there's going to be that job that you get and you go, oh, it makes perfectly good sense now why she told me to do, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, and I think mentorship can be a short-term thing too. It doesn't have to be a super long-term. I think that I view me reaching out to Jen because I met her at a NAWIC conference. We talked scheduling, and I was on a project in IT to look at scheduling software. Me reaching out to her and saying, hey, show me what you do with P6. It helped me know what the organization needed or what teams need for scheduling and what sort of paths need to be pursued. And so even just that short, we had an hour-long meeting, maybe?
Yeah.
That short term, I consider that a piece of mentorship nugget that I got to specific to my role.
Yeah, it was I agree.
I think the biggest thing is, in order for me to keep growing, I have to give it away. It's almost like if you win the lottery, in order to get that, you have to give it back. But I think, just seeing and providing the tools for the next generation. I have a daughter who works for me. I have my niece who works for me. Different ages, one's 20, one's 30, and I know where I started with, being so quiet and not knowing anything and starting from the bottom and working my way very much up to the top, but having to deal with just different groups and different roles and different committees, not just NAWIC, but maybe, my pension boards, whatever it is. But wanting to learn, wanting to gain that mentoring from other individuals, that maybe you see a strength in them that you're taking away, and then being able to give that back. Being able to, exactly, I think you mentioned it, sometimes it's I don't just tell you these things to, be on you or whatever, but it's and then take them, tweak them, turn them into something new, that isn't how it always used to be, but how can it be moving forward? Because times do change. And then I think just taking pride in seeing that growth, knowing that maybe you played a small pivotal role in that and seeing it excel. What is better than seeing the growth in somebody else?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to grow your people or the people around you and see them succeed? Because it doesn't detract from your success at all.
Right.
It really is something that you can take a sense of pride from, and also it helps grow you as a leader.
Right, and NAWIC is about that, building the leaders around you, enhancing our success as women. What better way to do it together and provide that support?
Yeah, I think if you were to meet Kaitlyn in 2018, when I first joined in the construction industry and just first joined a Big D, completely different experience. And so it's been interesting for me moving, because I feel when I was in the Salt Lake chapter, everyone knew me starting out, right? And I grew up. Like, it's like I grew up and gained a lot of knowledge and skills with this chapter, but they still knew, 22-year-old Kaitlyn, and they're like, we know that where you came from and your roots, but now moving to this new chapter and I'm coming in as their region director and they don't know that history, it's a lot more like the way they look at me, it's kind of like shocking to me.
Yes.
Because I don't see, you don't see the growth that you've had, and it's all mostly been facilitated because of NAWIC and the leadership roles that I've gotten the chance to be in because of NAWIC that have grown me that way. I think, unfortunately, something common that I see in NAWIC is women not really believing in themselves. And I think it's probably...
I think it's general. We're our worst critic.
I feel like I can see in somebody else, like, the potential and their abilities. Like, I can just see it so much stronger. I don't know what it is about that, like, I will believe in someone before I believe in myself.
I'm not going to say, it was never clearly told to me. In that same first initial, company that I worked for, I changed positions really quickly. Came in as a laborer, went to an estimator, became a site superintendent, and ultimately was a project manager before I left. And I think it was the transition of the responsibility, because the owner quickly started to step away from the work. When I first got there, he was right there, on top of everything, making sure he was, managing everyone. And by the time I left, him and his family would be gone on vacations for 3-4 weeks out, at a time. And I would be left kind of driving the ship. And it was at that point I clicked. I said, well, I could do this anywhere then. If he's trusting me with his entire livelihood, and his family's livelihood, I can probably do this for someone else as well. I understood that I had that ability at that time. He never clearly said it, but what he said was, I'm gonna give you more and more responsibility. And ultimately it was responsibility for his entire world. And I took it seriously, but I also realized at that point, this might be a career for me.
That's another aspect of leadership that is really often overlooked, is trusting the people that you have beneath you. And trust is something that's interesting, because a lot of times leaders will want to be in control of something, and they think, oh, I'm not giving this to you, but it's not because I don't trust you, it's because I want to make sure, like, this is a lot and I want to make sure it's done my way. That's still not trust. Like, even if I'm doing it a different way than you, if I get the same end result, trust me, give me the chance, and then let's see what comes of it.
Or even if you don't, trust me to learn from my mistakes and to correct them, and to take that back, learn from it, and do it right the next time. I mean, I think that is also something that's overlooked by leadership, is giving your employees or giving those that you mentor the opportunity and the chance to make mistakes. They're never gonna learn if they don't. So I think that's also something that we overlook. I mean, nobody's gonna get it right all the time.
No, yeah, so that's that's what I see from that story, is that his trust in you allowed you to have the opportunity to develop more of that confidence skill.
And then in return develops that confidence.
Yeah.